into physical gold with zero taxes and zero penalties. You stay in control with a tangible asset that's held value for thousands of years. And right now, Birch Gold is offering a free info kit to help you understand how it works. Just text the word SECURE, SECURE, to 989898. There's no pressure, no obligation, just the facts. You can't predict the future, but you can be prepared, but only if you educate yourself. So take that first step right now. Text SECURE to the number 989898 today. That's SECURE to 989898.
It's Carmichael Dave wanting you to join Capital Casino every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. in a safe, friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for game night, getting you ready for Sacramento Kings basketball.
He's got the bucket!
Game night is presented by Power Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a very pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome into game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall with the high flyer, Henry Turner. It's the Kings and the Grizz tonight, fourth and final matchup between these two teams. Sacramento looking for their first win against the Grizz. They're just looking for a win, let's be honest with you. Obviously, a franchise record, 16 straight losses, just trying to find anything to get a W. Out on the road, second of 5 games that will be outside of Golden One Center, Houston, Dallas, and then the Lakers upcoming before they get back home. Hi, Flower. It's been a while since we've had a chance to talk. We haven't been together since the All-Star break. How was your break, first of all, my friend?
It was good, Scooter. It was very good for me. One of those situations to where got a chance to just get some rest. And, dealing with this season this year, it's been very stressful, as far as mentally. I know we're not out there playing. We're not wearing a jersey. But still, all in all, we want this team to be successful. We want this team to win. And, almost as bad as the team is going through the situation, we're riding this train also.
We are. We're part of it. We're feeling it. Doug Christie's wearing it more than anybody right now, probably, and you could feel the pain in that press conference when they set that record. I mean, his quote was, he's seen the best times with his organization. Now he's going through the worst times with this organization. It'll get better, but right now the pain is real.
Nobody wants to be on that side of the ball. And I tell people all the time, it's totally different from where Doug Christie is sitting to where Scott Perry's sitting. Mm-hmm. Doug Christie wants to win every game possible. He wants to go out. He wants to get a W. Yeah. Now, I understand on the other side, which is the business side of basketball and, the ping pong balls, the drafts and all of that, we understand where they want to be. And when you look at the difference between those two seats, it's 180 degrees.
It's a huge difference. Obviously, Scott Perry's trying to build a team. I mean, Doug Christie wants to do that, of course, too, but he wants to win. And obviously, Doug Christie has been here during the heyday. He's a part of this community. Scott Perry's becoming a part of this community, right. But Doug lives with everyday community members.
And, Scooter, and let's just put it out there just straight on the ground. Doug Christie don't care one iota about ping pong balls.
Yep.
He's only concerned about the ball that they bouncing out there every night on the floor. He wants to win. Ping pong balls means nothing to him right now.
That's true. All right, well, last time out it was the Kings losing in San Antonio, 139-122. I heard you talk earlier with Alan and with Kevin, and basically the way you're watching games are totally different now.
Oh, yeah.
It's not about W's.
Nope.
It's not about that at all. It's about what improvement, what are we seeing with individuals, who's going to be a part of the framework moving forward.
That's the way you have to look at it, Scooter. I mean, if you really, don't want to be doom and gloom. Yeah, if you want to be one of those fans that I got to have a win, well, that's your right. And, yeah, we want to win. Yep. But at this particular point, you really have to understand where you are in this race. we're not going to win too many more games. So you have to start looking at little bitty things now. Like I told them, Max Reno had a hell of a game.
He did. He played great.
Played great against one of the league elites. Now, it was his night the other night. Now, it might be Neek's night tonight, and we say, okay, Neek had a hell of a game tonight. Those are the little things that you want to see. It's sad that Dylan's not on the floor anymore because you want to see his maturation. But I'll tell you another guy who I thought played very well, and probably if I was the coach, would be a guy that I would keep around. I like Precious Achulia. Mm-hmm. Really didn't know too much about him when we first brought him on, but to watch him play, I would say, Scott, his energy, his effort, his motor, he really don't try to get too much out of character.
His physicality,
he checks off a lot of those boxes that, Scott and Doug is talking about. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he checks off a lot of those boxes, and I'm not saying that he's supposed to be your starting starting power forward. No, but he's a guy that definitely could be on that roster. It could help the team.
He's a piece of the puzzle, I think. And the one thing I know for sure, well, not for sure, but I'm almost 100% sure the New York Knicks would certainly love to have him back right now.
Whether New York would or not, Scooter, I'm looking at what we have going. He helps.
He does. And for what they brought in his place for Precious Achiuwa in New York.
Right. He definitely helps.
Yeah, no doubt. It was great to see Reno do what he did against one of the best in Wembanyama. Obviously, the Spurs right now are one of those teams that are looking to win it all after what you've seen from them now at this point in the year. It's still a long ways to go. Who's your front runner? Is it San Antonio or is it OKC?
No, I'm still rolling with OKC. Because they've been there, they've done that, they know what it takes. I would say OKC because seems like to me they are more of a complete team than what San Antonio is. San Antonio has a lot of good players though. Yeah. What they have done is they got Wemby, another guy that can just straight play crazy. They got De'Aaron Fox, and De'Aaron Fox was our number one.
Right.
He was our alpha right there. De'Aaron on this San Antonio team might be 3.
Correct. He's certainly Stephon Castle. You can make a great case
right
there too.
He might be 3. And to have a De'Aaron Fox, Mr. Clutch, and all those other things as your 3 is a good thing to have. So that just shows how much depth that team has. But I still think they're young. I never give a team that much credit when they haven't been battle tested. But I think they can make some noise, no doubt. And seeing what they have done to OKC during the year.
Yeah. They've beaten them 3 times.
They've knocked them off 3 times. So definitely not scared. But we all know that playoff time is totally different. And I'll tell you this, my dark horse is still the Denver Nuggets.
Okay. And they're fully healthy again now. We're getting there with the Joker back. So always hard to go against that. Right now, as you look at the Western Conference standings, OKC 44-14, the Spurs 40-16, but they've won 8 straight. They're playing the best of anybody in the Western Conference. You look at Denver, they're in the 3rd spot right now, 36-22. Where do you put out? I think the Joker is the best player in the league right now. Would you agree with that?
Let me see. Real close.
Yep.
Who's
right next to him?
Wemby.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Where does Wemby fit in? You're putting him almost right side to side with the Joker.
Yeah. Wemby is playing great basketball. Jaylen Brown is playing great basketball down in Boston. You really can't, overlook what Donovan Mitchell is doing for Cleveland. If the guy stays healthy, Embiid is always, one of those guys who can turn it on. So, you got a lot of good players in this league to when you say, who's the best? Because you got a couple of guys that's hurt, a couple of guys that's been out. Yep. Giannis will always be in that conversation.
Yep.
Steph Curry, he's going to always be in that conversation.
Of course.
Even Shea is in that conversation. And when you start talking about MVP race, he's right there.
Yeah, well, the King just gave an endorsement to Jaylen Brown yesterday after the Celtics came in and beat up the Lakers in LA, 111-89. Brown had 32 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. Brown came out and said that he has done everything he needs to win an MVP.
Hey, JB has held that team. Think about this. When Tatum went down, everybody was like, they're done. They're done.
Yep.
They're going to be right next to Indiana. Think about it. We thought they were going to be right next to Indiana.
Looking back to going to the lottery almost and getting
right.
a lottery pick.
Think about this. Halliburton goes down, right?
Yep.
Indiana hits the skids because he is their number one. He's their alpha. He's the head of the snake. And, to see them go down, you will ride with that because Halliburton runs that team. Yeah. Same thing with Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is the head of the snake for the Boston Celtics, runs that basketball team, but they're a different type of team, Scott. They got other players on that team that are able to step up. And I'm telling you, Jaylen Brown has kept the Boston Celtics in the mix, in the run, while Tatum has been out. He's been a very important part to that team.
He has. The Celtics are 37-19. They're currently second in the East. Now, they're 6 games back of the Pistons, but 2 games ahead of the Knicks, 3 games ahead of the Cavs, 4 ahead of the Raptors. They're right in the thick of it, and who knows what Tatum may or may not do now.
Right, and and the thing
he may come back.
And the thing about it is that you can't, look at JB and say, okay, it's just him. No. He's got some other players with him.
He does.
He's got some nice players with him. The organization is solid.
Yep.
And I honestly think the coach, Joe Mazzulla,
done a great job.
I mean, a hell of a job. And the team has taken on his persona, and they have that, we'll never say die mentality.
They do. All right, so we'll get into all of that. We're with you until 4:30 today. We'll get you caught up on all the other league news. Kings Live pregame coming at 4:30, 5 o'clock tip from Memphis. Right now for the Kings, though, it is kind of an audition for them. I mean, to me, the worst part of what's going on currently at the moment is that we're just not going to be able to see a couple of pieces who are going to be here next year for sure. The whole injury to DeAndre Hunter, so unfortunate with his eye, having to have the surgery. He's going to miss the remainder of this year. Would have been great to see how he fit in the last 25 games. Dylan Cardwell gets hurt the first practice back after the break, is going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. Who knows what the ultimate timeline will be for that?
Scooter, just another piece that falls from the Lego box.
Yep.
And this thing we call the Sacramento Kings trying to build a team. Yes, would love to see both of those guys out there, but, it's probably going to be one of those situations to where that's where free agency, preseason is going to be so big for this team.
These 10-day contracts now.
Right, because they are going to play a big part in what we see early on next year. With the new guys coming on, we're going to get a chance to watch them and see what they can do. Yeah. But we got guys, like you said, with Cardwell.
Right.
And a couple other players that, you look at and say, okay, they're going to be here, but how are they going to be? What are they going to be?
Exactly.
How are they going to be able to interact with some of these other guys that we have?
And it would have been great with Keegan back now to see them be able to play together. All right, game night's underway here. We're coming to you live from the Sactown Sports Studios. When we come back, we'll update you on the two-way contract players who have been signed. We're going to get to all the other games going on in the association tonight. Game night is always brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power of Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call today, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. More of Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
How far do you hit your 7-iron? The answers will tell you which tees to play, according to Josh Sens in Golf Magazine. Deep down, you know you shouldn't be playing from the tips, but it's common for golfers to play from too far back. Aside from higher scores, rounds become a grind and golf becomes much less fun. After several years of research, the USGA unveiled a new data-driven offering to find the proper tees called Best Tees. If you know how far you hit your 7-iron, Best Tees will tell you which tee boxes to play. A typical male golfer should be playing from 6,100 yards and a typical female golfer from 4,400 yards. Most players have a good idea of their 7-iron distance, with average male's distance of 138 yards and average females of 100 yards. Throughout the occasional perfect shot, which travels more than those distances, and concentrate on your average. This will allow you to reach the vicinity of most greens in regulation and let you hit a variety of clubs on approach shots. Leave your ego at home and give it a chance. You'll have more fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision-making. Expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship? We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
At InShape, we have a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, the after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, bodybuilder, walker, runner, swimmer, spinner, stretcher, rower, climber, jumper, dancer, boxer, sauna seeker, recoverer. Basically, if you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong at InShape. So whether it's your first time or your first time in a while, start the year strong and join today at InShape.com. Find a location nearest to you.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season packed with theme days, giveaways, and firework nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Welcome back into game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140, Kings and the Grizz. Sacramento.
That's it right there.
Is that good stuff?
Oh, man. That's
our man Ramsey's on the board today. You know you're going to get the
Hey, that's one of my
stuff.
hype songs, man. I used to get ready to go to the games. You put that on right there and say, who that? Man.
I love it. What was your go-to song, by the way? Did you have one?
This was one of them. Yeah,
Okay.
Master P.
All right, what else was there?
I was always a big Tupac fan.
Yeah.
Anything Tupac, anything Ice Cube. You know, I'm a West Coast rapper guy.
There's nothing better than 90s rap, was there?
That's it. That's it.
That was the golden era, man.
That's back when rap was rap.
It was. All right, Sacramento tonight trying to do something they haven't done since January 16th. Get a W tonight. And again, the Grizz are a team. They're also a team that's really not looking to make a playoff, or they're 5 games out of the last spot, but they're not going to catch the Clippers here. We'll get into their situation a little bit later on, but let's stay with Sacramento. As we know, they've signed 2 players to 2-way contracts. You've got Patrick Baldwin coming in, the big man who's been in the league, bounced around a few times, currently was with the San Diego Clippers, and then Killian Hayes, who's also had some NBA experience coming in, will run the point. Devin Carter's questionable tonight, so we'll see who plays tonight. But basically right now for the Kings in these final games, they're going to take a look at several players. We'll see what sticks. It's kind of like throwing some spaghetti out there right?
No, I'm laughing right now because when you said San Diego Clippers, I was like, how old is this kid? But because you know, I know a lot of people might not remember the Clippers.
Sure, they were an NBA team. Now they're a G League team.
Right.
To clarify on that.
The Clippers were in San Diego.
Correct.
That's what I'm like,
hey,
Clippers.
I'm old. We know that. But, yeah, we're talking about the current G League team, San Diego Clippers.
Right. But, you know, getting back to Sacramento, Scooter, you know, I'm happy that they went out and, you know, got some more talent just to even evaluate.
Right.
Because, you know, at this particular point, we'll take all we can get.
Yep.
Take a look at everybody. Anybody that you want to bring here, bring them here and take a look, because we're going to have a lot of roster seats to fill.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if either one of these stick beyond the 10 days here. I'm interested with Baldwin. Obviously, he's signed to kind of take over for Dylan Cardwell. If we know Cardwell signed a 4-year contract, he's going nowhere.
Right.
So it's not like he's taking a roster spot there. But there's really no reason to play Eubanks at this point in time. Give Baldwin some credit. You know, with after Reynaud needs a breather. That's, I think, what we're going to see from Patrick Baldwin.
And see, you know, that's another tough conversation that you know you have to have. You talk about all these moving pieces that needs to be you know intertwined. How do you go to a guy like you said, Eubanks, that you just brought here this year, and really almost gave him the key and say, you're going to be our starting center. You're going to anchor this thing.
Right.
And now before the season's over with, it's kind of like, we're going to bring in another guy to take another look, so your minutes are going to get cut.
Yeah, we know there's a lot of moving pieces within the organization. These players are looking at moves also.
And you've come here and you've given us your all, but at this particular point, we're trying to make a transition. Your playing time is going to be cut. Same thing with DeMar.
Yep.
DeMar has been 150% professional for this team, but DeMar didn't come here to be on a rebuilding basketball squad.
Not at all. Not at all.
But, how do you have that conversation with him as far as, okay, well, D, and these are guys too, Scott, that are making historical leaps.
Absolutely. They're having NBA historical years.
Right. They're building their NBA legacy.
Yes.
And it's kind of tough to go to these guys and say, we know what you're doing. Okay, It's not going to really equate to wins, but that's the only conversation that you can have to make them even understand, okay, you guys' thing is a personal thing. Our thing is more so a team thing.
Yep.
And the team comes before personal every time.
And they get it, of course. They've been through the league too long not to. Westbrook, to your point, he only played 21 minutes on Saturday against San Antonio. Do you think there's any chance that the Kings could still buy out the contracts of DeRozan or Westbrook?
I think they could, but
let me ask you, do you think they will?
At the end of the day, Russ is on a minimal contract.
Sure.
And they want to keep Russ around to be, one of those ambassadors for what they're trying to do. And I think they're looking at DeMar and exact more so on those two players. If I was GM, it would be more so on those two players. What do they want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to stay here? Do you want to be a piece of this? You understand where we are. Lay out the lay of the land. Yeah. This is where we are. Would you want to stay here or would you want to move? And I will try to facilitate whichever one that they want to do.
Yeah. On a much different situation, Devin Carter, who is questionable tonight with back soreness. We'll see if we get a full game report on that. Ramsey, I think, was trying to say something and that couldn't hear you, Ramsey. He is officially out.
I don't think that they're saying yay or nay right now. I think that they're going to let everything play out because, Scooter, you don't have to make a hasty decision right now. There's nothing that need to be, done with him. If you say, something like, why would you buy out somebody like a Devin Carter and just let him walk?
Yeah, you're not going to buy him out.
Right.
For sure.
It's just the situation of let him play.
Yep.
Play out the rest of the season, see what he does out there on the floor, give him those meaningful minutes because, it's another thing to say about the integrity of a basketball team. And we know that the Kings are definitely still working on that part of the basketball situation. So I would be like, because Devin Carter can have a serious gripe and say, you know what, I was a first-round pick, but I never did get a fair shake. I never got a fair shake. Well, right now, you give him his shake. You give him his 15 games. This, you know what? Go out there and do what you do. You're going to play. You're going to play big-time minutes. Show us. This here right now is your fair shake. You're healthy. Go out there and play.
Yeah, no, it's a chance for him to, if it's not here, someplace else. In terms of Keegan Murray, obviously coming back, what have you seen from him since coming back?
Well, he only been back. Hot
I know. It's been a few to get.
I was happy to see him out on the floor.
Yep.
Happy to see him still, doing some things out there towards the positive. I think the Keegan Murray thing is going to be very, very interesting because, you have a young player, alpha.
Comes from within. You're not training.
Right. You can't turn a guy into an alpha. It's either you have it or you don't. And when you try to put a guy in that alpha position that really isn't that guy, I think it really hurts his game. The thing, Scooter, is he willing to be that?
Right.
Because I've always said, because it's always been that question, well, can he do it? Can he do it? I'm like, how do you expect Keegan to be an alpha when he's playing with Zach? How do you think he's going to be an alpha and he's playing with Sabonis?
Right.
He's playing with DeMar. He's playing with Russell Westbrook. You got probably all three of those guys, and maybe Zach, depending upon what he do later in his career, are first ballot Hall of Famers. He's not going to step in front of none of those guys and say, this is my team.
Yeah. It's not only can he do it, will he do it?
Right. Will he do it?
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out to some extent with Keegan over the remaining 20-plus games, because he will be obviously the number one option for Sacramento as they move forward. All right, it's the Kings and the Grizz tonight. As we mentioned, Memphis is a team that's got as much turmoil and just all sorts of stuff going on in different ways than Sacramento does. Everybody thought that Ja Morant would be traded before the deadline. He's not. He's missed the last 13 games. His elbow still a concern. They moved Triple J. We'll get into the Grizz a little bit more about this ball game when we come back. We'll also take you around the league and get you caught up on all the other news and games going on today. Game night's being brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you have a heart of service, you want to do something good in our community, how about becoming a volunteer mentor to a kid who needs an outside mentor in their lives? That's what Big Brothers and Big Sisters, adults in the community with children who need an outside mentor. For more information, go to bbbs-sac.org to find out all about it. More of Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around.
And your stress. Inhale our no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund. Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-378-7241. 800-378-7241. Again, that's 800-378-7241.
The other guys must think you failed math. Get this huge discount. Then the fine put away. At Hoblet, we skip the tricks. The price you see is the price you actually pay. What a wild concept, huh? Hoblet, family owned 77 years. Experience the difference online at hobletdodge.com.
Let ride for a little bit.
Now, see, Ramsey just acted up now. He back there showing out now.
Yes.
He really just acting up.
Kings are in Memphis today, taking on the Grizz. Game night with you until 4:30 today. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer. Sacramento trying to get their first win against Memphis. More importantly, they're just trying to get their first win in over a month. Let's talk about the Grizz a little bit. Mm-hmm. This is a team, again, when we look back 3 seasons ago, we're talking about the Beam team and the Kings and possibly getting to the semifinals and 48 wins. You're looking at a Grizz team that we were talking about maybe getting out of the Western Conference. We thought that they could take down the Warriors, Ja Morant on the rise, the youth movement there. This was a team that was supposed to be an OKC, San Antonio. Now it's just completely fallen off the wagon.
I mean, Scooter's so crazy because we looked at them as an up-and-coming dynasty.
Exactly.
Because they had the youth movement to do it. Like you said, you talk about Ja, JJ, Bane.
Right.
I mean, all the other players that they had, Cook coming off the bench, they had a lot of good talent on that team, and they had success.
They had great success. I mean, this was a team that won over 50 games. They couldn't get through to Lakers one year in the playoffs. They lost a Game 7 to the Warriors another year. But does it all come down? Did this thing unravel because of Ja? Is it simple to say that that's what happened to the Grizz?
Don't want to put it all on Ja, but he had a lot to do with it. You know, them letting Jenkins go was tough.
So late in the year, too. That was so strange.
Yeah. And see, you know, when you move a player, because I honestly thought moving Bane hurt.
Yep, moved him in the offseason.
Moving him hurt because when Ja was hurt, he was the guy that kept things rolling.
Yeah.
And you remember, we used to marvel. It was like, how are they still able to win basketball games while Ja was hurt? Well, Bane was that guy.
He was.
He was that guy. So, you know, it was kind of like when Boston let Drew Holiday, and when you remove them, yeah, you still got your superstars there, but when you remove the heart and soul, it's still not the same team.
Yeah, it certainly broke that team up, and obviously the Grizz wanted to move Ja, but couldn't get enough offers. The rumors were they couldn't even get a first-round pick for Ja, so they end up moving Jaren Jackson Jr., to Utah. They got a haul of first-round picks in return for that, but that's a guy who's a cornerstone franchise-type player.
Right. And you really thought that Ja really would have held that type of commodity.
Right. He was by far the number one guy.
Right. You know what I mean?
Up until.
At one point, Scooter, they wanted to give the league to this dude.
Yeah.
They wanted him to be the face of the NBA, you know, because he had that type of game. You know, you got to have a certain type of game to be a face of the NBA. You know that, right?
For sure.
I mean, if your game don't have no flash, no flair, none of that, you're not going to be the face.
No.
You know, as great as Akeem Olajuwon was,
he's not the cover of
he was
EA
never going
Sports.
to be the face.
Yep.
You know, you have to have a guy that has that type of basketball game, and Ja had it. You know, very explosive, dunking the basketball, exciting to watch, but just mentally, bro, couldn't get it together. And honestly, Scott, I really hope he do get it together, but it's going to take a lot of growing on his part, and it's going to take is really enabling him to really make mistakes big time.
Yeah, it feels like he's just not around the right people. Off season, there's more possibilities of moving him, but the bottom line is this was a guy you felt, as you said, would have been a cornerstone of any franchise, and
right.
to move him would have been one of the biggest blockbuster deals in the league. May not be the case in the offseason.
And see, and what Ja has to understand is that, you know, has seen the same fate of, you know, doing something really crazy out there, and no team will touch them.
Yep, and Ja's almost getting in that category.
That's what I'm saying. No matter how good you play, they're not going to touch you.
Remember J.R. Ryder?
Yeah. Come on, man. Jay from the town.
I know you remember him, of course, but I'm just saying that's a guy who came in, and Ja had more of an NBA career so far than J.R. Ryder, but he was all everything, right? And just couldn't get it together.
You know, Jay had a lot going on in his life, you know. I mean, but that's another thing. You know, J.R. Ryder had a lot different upbringing than Ja Morant. You know, Ja Morant got his dad on the sideline every game.
Right.
You know, Jay didn't have that. Jay grew up with his grandmom.
Yeah.
You know, he grew up in the streets of East Oakland to where I know for a fact he lived a total different life than Ja Morant.
Sure.
So, you know, his problems were a lot different, but it's like, Ja, bro, you don't see this.
Right.
You know, okay, you know, maybe JR never seen nobody else get blackballed or banned, but Ja, you got J.R. Ryder to look at.
Yes, exactly.
You know, you got some examples. So, bro, get it together. Playing this game is a blessing. It's not a right. It's a blessing. Just because you think you one of the baddest cats in town, that don't mean you're going to be on that basketball floor.
Doesn't guarantee it. All right, let's go around the league. It's a light night in games, but there is one great game tonight. You've got the Spurs and the Pistons. This game just about ready to. You got the Spurs coming in, 40 wins. Two of the three teams have 40-plus wins in the association right now. And this, honestly, it could be an NBA Finals.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, definitely, one of those things to where, you say this could go for the long haul. But I'm very, very interested.
You know, Cade Cunningham, who's having an incredible year. And I don't know if he gets overlooked. I think he's getting the praise because Detroit's been so good. But you don't talk about Cade Cunningham in the same way as you do some of the other young stars in this league, and maybe we should.
Yeah, and we really should. I mean, he's really getting, I'm not going to say disrespected, but I'm just saying overlooked. I would definitely say that. But, Scooter, I came in at the beginning of the year, and I kind of said it late last year. I told you straight out. I said, Scooter, it's the changing of the guards, bro.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's the changing of the guards. You're starting to see now your new and next level of NBA superstar. And some of the guys that we have always held out as superstars, they're going to be leaving this game in a little while.
Yeah. Well, one thing that hasn't changed yet, that's KD and Houston. They take on the Jazz tonight. How about Kevin Durant wants to play in the 2028 Olympics? You think he's got a shot to do that? I mean, he's the all-time Olympian. He's played in 4 already.
Yeah. No doubt. KD is still a hooper. And KD is still playing at a very elite level. I think Kevin Durant probably is a player that can stay in this league for a very long time. His tangibles definitely are something that you just don't see every day.
Yeah.
For him to be able to handle the ball the way he does, we know his basketball IQ is through the roof. Being able to see the floor, he's gotten all of that, but he don't have to be the most explosive dude. He don't have to be the strongest cat out there to where, once those things for sure.
Projecting out, will it be KD? What about Steph Curry? Is he going to play in 28?
That's a huge question because I'll tell you what, they don't win without Steph.
That's for sure. They don't have the gold right now without him.
They don't win without the green-eyed bandit.
Not even close.
Here's another one. KD, no, you can't really. It's going to be on Steph. He wants to play.
Yeah.
You can't tell Steph no. Now, some of them other guys, you can pick and choose and say, okay, we want to put this guy on, that guy on, this guy on. But those 3, I would have to say, are pretty much shoo-ins if they want to be there.
You would think so. Now, LeBron's come out and said he doesn't want to play, but we're 2 years away from it, right? Anything can change. Steph, haven't heard much from him on that just yet, although it appears unlikely. So we'll see. But Durant has made it known he wants to play.
Like I said, Durant's a hooper, man. I think Durant's going to try to play this game for as long as he possibly can, and I'm not mad with him.
No.
Because at the end of the day, if you've ever had the chance or the blessing to be able to be on a basketball court at that level, you want to ride that thing until you can't ride it no more, because when it's done, it's over.
And by the way, he's got a chance to be a 5-time gold medalist.
Right.
5-time.
Right. But what I'm saying, Scooter, when it's done, bro,
yep, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where you can say, okay, I'm going to take off a couple of years or 3 years to come back. No, it's over with. It's only been a couple of guys that can retire and come back.
Yep.
And the ones that did came back for 1 year, maybe a couple of games, or what, and they stopped again.
Unless you're a guy named MJ.
Yeah, and he played 1 year.
Yeah. But he came back a couple of different times.
Yeah.
So the first comeback was pretty good.
I wouldn't even talk about the first comeback.
Okay. The second comeback, not as good. The first comeback, greatest comeback ever.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the second comeback.
I'm with you.
He played 1 year. It was like, I should have stayed over there.
Stayed. No reason to put on that Wizards uniform or the bullets at the time.
But like I said, when it's done, it's done. So play as long as you possibly can. You got the rest of your life to sit on that couch.
You do. Speaking of done, right now the Suns are going to be without Dylan Brooks for the next 5-6 weeks. How about that? That is a huge wrench in what's been an incredible season for them. I don't think you can replace between the attitude, what he gives you on the court. That's unreplaceable. And the Suns, 8 games above 500, 33-25. I still think they are the biggest upside team in the league right now.
Cinderella team in the league.
Yeah.
Everybody is looking at Philly saying, okay, when is the clock going to strike 12? When are you guys going to turn back into a pumpkin? Because definitely thought, all right, no Bradley Beal, no Kevin Durant, no Aiden. You didn't move 3 of the top 4 on this basketball team.
We're out without Jalen Green for so long.
Without Jalen Green for a very long time, and you're playing better basketball. How does that happen?
Yeah, it's impressive what they've done. We'll see if they can hold on without Dylan Brooks. All right, we go to the break. When we come back, we'll break down Kings and Grizz. We'll get you to our Firehouse Restaurant, Who's on Fire, and we'll also do our Bacon Marin, put it in the bank for tonight's game as well. It's game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is from Honda Shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
It's Carmichael Dave wanting you to join Capital Casino every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. in a safe, friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit park. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
They do not know what Sactown brings. When on the low, that's a Sactown thing. Talking about us, it's a bounce out thing. Must they forgot we some Sacramento Kings. Whole squad going crazy, yeah, we back with it. Northern Cali going crazy, one sack winning. If you doubted us, then ain't no back spinning. This is real.
Welcome back into game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Gotta love this song. Hopefully the Kings can get back to this place. High Flyer, how come you guys never did a song when you were a player here?
Actually, we did.
You did?
Yes, we
Where
did.
is it? Where is it?
It was me.
Oh, man.
And I think we had a couple. I know for a fact it was me, OP, Walt, might have been Lionel and Cobb.
Wow.
But we did a song.
Where do we get the soundtrack for it?
I don't know where that thing would be at right now.
We gotta find that, man.
You know, I think let me see. What station was Dave?
Losing skid, longest in franchise history. How much is that bothering you? We talked at the beginning, obviously, about the pain of this season. I know you said when we spoke last that if the Kings broke the record, it wasn't going to be a huge thing to you. But now that they have, do you feel the same way about it?
You know, Scooter, it's not a big thing for me, you know, because we've been through 16 years of not making the playoffs. Yeah. So, you know, we've been down before, you know, so we keep getting up. That's not a big thing for me. I don't think it's really affecting a lot of the players that's still here because a lot of these guys, they haven't been in this.
Sure.
You know, it's like, okay, well, right now we're struggling, but it is what it is. You know, it would be guys that probably that has been here for a while that it would really stick and hurt. But a lot of these guys, this is their first year on this team.
Right. Yeah, they don't have the attachment in the same way. Just losing 16 games hurts in and of itself. Doesn't matter who it's involved with.
That's it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's look over the injury report for tonight. Obviously, it's extensive on both sides. For the Kings, Devin Carter's been ruled out with his back. We know Dylan Cardwell's out with the ankle. DeAndre Hunter with the eye had the surgery. He's done for the remainder of the season. We know Levine and Sabonis are both out as well, and Isaiah Stevens is down with the Stockton Kings. For the Grizz in this one, Ty Jerome listed as questionable at the moment, doubtful Kyle Anderson, out for sure Sante Aldama, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Brandon Clark, Cedric Coward, their rookie who's been playing well, Zach Edey, who's been out for a while with the ankle, and of course John Morant will not play with the elbow. So there you go. And officially, Ty Jerome and Kyle Anderson are out too.
Wow.
So I want to see who suits up in Memphis. That's the first question.
You know,
are they going to have 8 men on the sideline?
Hey, when you thought the Sacramento Kings were light and we had to go out and sign some players draft, so they got to get as much as possible as they can and see who they can pick.
They do. And, Memphis is a team, their agreement with FedEx Forum ends in 2029. There's been talk that Memphis could be a team that could possibly relocate. You know, and if it goes like this for a few years, the fan base goes, I mean, who knows? I don't want to speculate. That's too early on this, but to the point, Memphis right now trying to figure it out. Even Scottie Pippen Jr., who's been playing, he got fined $35,000 for the game in Miami for an altercation late in that contest. So
I seen that, Scott, and
was it worthy of $35,000?
Not really, because honestly, I don't think that the guy that came and pushed him, I forgot his name, the guy that came up and pushed him, it really wasn't that egregious. I think the guy was going to try to contest the shot, but he got there late and couldn't stop. And, hit Scottie Pippen Jr. in the back. No call was made. I think that was more egregious to Scottie Pippen Jr. than the actual shove in the back.
Yeah.
Nobody called nothing, so now he's upset. Okay, I'm going to show you a push. Check this out.
Yeah, it was Myron Gardner.
Yeah.
With the Heat. Yep. All right. Let's get to our Firehouse Restaurant Who's on Fire. There we go. We got our music going. I got to go with San Antonio right now. We talked about they've won 8 straight, 9 of 10. Wemby's playing like an MVP. This team looks like it can compete against OKC. You want to agree? You want to add on to it?
I'm with you on that. And if we want to just sprinkle a little something back to Sacramento,
yep.
I'm rolling with Young Max. I think Young Max played and he was on fire, going up against a unicorn in this league and really being able to hold your own. So I'm going to sprinkle Max Reno in there a little bit also.
And maybe the fact they knew each other, the French connection, maybe it helped Max play a little bit.
It might have. And, it might have been a little inspiration.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to be on Team France next year, so check me out while you see me balling against my man.
Yeah, Maxime had 16 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists in the game on Saturday. That's going to be our Firehouse Restaurant Who's on Fire. Firehouse Restaurant, iconic restaurant. We said the Kings have signed 2 players to 2-way 10-day contracts. Patrick Baldwin Jr. along with Killian Hayes. We'll see if they get playing time tonight.
Yeah, see what they look like and see what's going on. Right about now, we're back to evaluation time, Scott.
Mm-hmm. Total evaluation time. And for Memphis, they're playing all their youth too. Of course, Walter Clayton Jr. came over in that trade from Utah with Triple J, so they've got a new look as well. The one kid we always look over a little bit, but it's a great story here locally, Jalen Wells, the kid out of Folsom, who's starting with the team, had a great rookie year. 25 points last night against the Heat. He's playing extremely well.
He is balling. I think this kid has a very high ceiling. He looks like he belongs. He never gets out of control. I love watching young players out there on the floor, Scott, that play within themselves, that play within the game.
Yeah, no, he has been a bright spot for the Grizz this year. Certainly he fits in with their future plans. It's great to see a Sacramento kid go well. All right, just a couple of minutes remaining here. Time for our Bank of Marin. Put it in the bank. Anything you can possibly put in the bank?
Ooh, this is tough. Put in the bank a different starting 5 for the Sacramento Kings tonight.
I think that's fair to say.
Starting 5 that we ain't seen before.
Yeah, but how many different combinations? I have to look it up. I don't know the answer for sure. Well, we know last time we saw it was Keegan, Precious, Maxime, DeMar, and Russell. So we'll see if they start that 5 again tonight. All local bankers, bankofmarin.com, member FDIC.
And your Rams, before we go, man, give me an instrumental. I'm going to give Scott a little taste of this song he talking about we did way back in the day.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Give me a little instrumental.
Already. I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a little.
Matt, any specific things you want to see tonight or looking at?
Scooter, like I said, I'm taking little wins here. You know, first of all, I want to see them come out and play some defense. The last time they played the Memphis Grizzlies, they let some guys come off the bench to give them big-time numbers. I don't want to see that. You know, they're not Wemby's. They're not Jaws. They're not JJ's. So I want to see the Kings come out and be able to hold these guys. Don't let these guys come out and have big-time numbers. Don't go out like that.
All right, I think we're ready now. Let's take it away, Ramsey. All right, high flyer.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. Well, check me out. It's your boy, HNRY 67220, man. Please, why try to stop me, to hold me, or any other reason? In case you didn't know, this is a brand new season. Number 9 on my back, never could be a sucker. 360 slam, boom. I pulled the Ike Turner. I'm down with the Kings, not the Warriors or the Sonics. I'm schooling all you fools just like you're hooked on phonics. It worked for you just like it worked for me. Pass me the rock, cross him over, step back, shoot 3.
Yes! That was fantastic.
Oh,
we got to get a cut of that. Ramsey, save that. That's the new song for game night right there. That is the new song. We got to run. Kings Live pregame's coming up next. Thanks for joining us here. Kings basketball all night long on Sactown Sports 1140.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. That was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hi, this is Adam Warner, co-owner of the historic Firehouse Restaurant in Old Sacramento. We're celebrating 65 years of excellence this season. Come visit us where our motto is guests first. We are locally owned and have been in the capital city since 1960. Come experience our finest steaks, chops, and fresh seafood. The Firehouse also has the Central Valley's most awarded wine selection. Level up your pregame at the Firehouse for a quick and easy meal with valet parking for just $10.
A's fans, the 2026 season is coming fast. April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Loyalty runs deep. And as a Golden One Credit Union member, games get even better. Join for exclusive Kings perks like seat upgrades, up to 50% off home tickets, 15% off merch at the Kings team store, and so much more, because here, we're more than just hype, we're all heart. Become a member today to like the beam as one and together win as one. Visit goldenone.com/kings to learn more. Insured by NCUA.
SMUD's Clean Power City movement is happening. Hundreds of thousands have joined the charge. They're taking action, driving electric, making clean power choices, and saving money with SMUD rebates. Together, we're creating clean power cities, while SMUD keeps our promise to deliver world-class safety, reliability, and some of the lowest rates in California. The Clean Power City movement is changing the world, one charge at a time. For 99 ways to join the charge, visit cleanpowercity.org.
Sacramento! The Kings dominate the court, and advanced building maintenance dominates the cleaning and facilities service game. The Ferguson family are huge Kings fans and started their business right here in Sacramento over 30 years ago. Advanced always puts employees as their number one priority, achieving multiple championship seasons together. From spotless floors to pristine windows, let Advanced take care of your facility so you can take care of your business. It's time to join our winning facility service team.
At PG&E, we're working every day to meet the energy challenges of a changing world with technologies and ways to bring you cleaner, safer, and more reliable energy every day. Explore the future with us at pge.com/innovation.
This is the Sacramento Kings Audio Network.
Breakaway, hammer time! Put a punctuation mark.
Time to feel the roar.
Over the shoulder pass is a super room service set up.
The Kings live pregame is presented by Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster is the official ticket marketplace of the Sacramento Kings and NBA. Here's Jason Ross and the high flyer Henry Turner.
We welcome everyone joining us on the Sacramento Kings audio network for Sacramento Kings basketball. As tonight the road trip continues, game 2 of 5, as the Kings are in Memphis to battle the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have had a tough season at 21-34, though they are 3-0 against the Sacramento Kings. And the Kings, the losing continues, unfortunately. The streak has hit and added to their franchise record of 16 consecutive. Jason Ross here in our flagship studios, joined as always by the high flyer, the former King, Henry Turner. What's up, HT?
Man, what's going on, Jay? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I actually got a little inspiration. We got Deuce in studio. He just showed us a picture. I wish he would have brought it in studio of the Stockton Kings championship ring.
Hey, he had some hardware. That's sweet.
That's what you play for.
Oh, man.
I know we're far away from that today for the Kings, but could you imagine if that day ever happens?
Let me tell you, man, that's something that you can show to. It's almost like having a MVP trophy.
Yeah.
To have a ring. And can you imagine the guys that got 2, 3, 4 of those things?
And I know it's like, I'd wear it on every finger. I'd just be so embarrassingly about it. Just like, hey, well, I'm just a champion, 5-time over.
Come on, man. I would go to dinner with mine, and it's got to have its own dinner plate.
Yeah, that's right. Reservations for 2. There's just one of you. I know the ring's here as well.
Yeah. Watch out. Give me
Show
space.
some respect.
Yeah, give me space.
Yes. So it's Kings and Grizzlies tonight, Henry. We know it's been a tough way. I would say it was a little better, though, for the majority of the Spurs game. Then, it fell off the cliff in the fourth quarter.
It did, Jason. And, game against one of the league's elite.
Yeah.
This dude is a unicorn. Most centers can't stop him. Most centers don't have the numbers that Max Reynolds gave him. So Max had a great outing and a great game against Wemby.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more about Max in a moment, but let's head out to Memphis, where the voice of the Kings, the G-Man, Gary Gerald, is standing by. G-Man, since the last game the Kings played, a couple of new additions have been added. Kings going to get a chance to look at them. Any chance we see those guys this evening?
I think there's a very good chance that we will see at least one, possibly both, in action. I don't think there's any doubt that Killian Hayes is going to be on the floor. Hasn't had a chance, of course, just had a walkthrough and a light activity here at the arena earlier today and an optional shoot-around. But here's a guy that can be a pure point guard for the Kings. He's 6'5". A lot of people look back on, his struggles early in his career with the Detroit Pistons, and they say, well, what are you doing? Why are you picking up this guy? Well, as the popular phrase seems to be, why not kick the tires? Let's see what's available. I know that my son Bob, who keeps track on a lot of things close to the G League, has been touting for some time, saying somebody needs to take a look at Killian Hayes because he's matured. He's now 24 years of age. He has become a very effective player in the G League, and the G League is providing to be a good springboard for opportunities. And I think you can say the same in that situation about Patrick Baldwin Jr. Here's a 7-footer who's been doing a terrific job for the San Diego Clippers in the G League, averaging better than 21 points and 8 rebounds. So I wouldn't be the least bit surprised, Jason. No Ja Morant. Edey is still sidelined. They don't have Brendan Clark. They don't have Cecil Coward. They don't have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They don't have Aldama. And we just found out before the ball game from the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, Tomas Islayer's not available. But as Doug Christie said, and as they've already proved against the Kings this year, they love to play hard. They're young guys that are fighting for their lives. They want an opportunity in the NBA, and they're playing with great aggressiveness and physicality. They're not big. It's a very small lineup. The tallest man who's not injured is 6'9", G.G. Jackson. Mm-hmm. So the Kings have got a lot of advantages going into this one tonight, even though Sacramento is missing so many key elements. But, if there's ever been a time to break a 16-game winning streak, I'd say tonight would be a really good night to do it.
I agree. Thank you, G-Man. Everybody wants and needs to see that beam. This is, Kings, Grizzlies, if we were talking about this game back in November, this is a completely different roster on both sides tonight, Henry.
It is, Jason, but I'm like this. If I'm in that Sacramento Kings locker room, I'm like, no. Somebody go give Ty Jerome some syrup and get him back on the floor because he cooked the Kings last time he was here, and it will be redemption for me because I will be like, ain't no way you gonna get these type of numbers. I don't care if you're sick or not. I'm about to put these paws on you.
You want him back out there?
I want him on the floor.
Well, the Kings are in a bad way here. They've lost 16 consecutive games. It was a 4-point game, as we said the other night, against the Spurs, and then it got out of hand a bit in the fourth quarter. They did score a bunch of points, which was good. 33 assists. They shared the ball. And you mentioned Maxime Reynaud, Henry. That was certainly one of the bright sides. Let's hear Doug Christie address that, talked about.
I was really proud of Max, man. I thought he did a really good job. I thought he met the physicality. I mean, when a player is that good, he's going to get away from you. He's going to do some things. So that is it. But for the most part, I thought Max did a really good job. Go back and look at the film, and there's some areas for him to obviously, improve. But a double-double against a kid like that is big time.
Yeah, not your regular double-double. That's against Wemby, and he had some great